Hello, my name is Uche Agina and I'm a social media manager with the COPYWRITING team. I'm in charge of representing the company across all social media channels, and my job entails building online presence for brands, developing marketing copies and other contents, responding to comments and to messages, engaging the audience, and posting at assigned hours of the day. Every day I have to check new and latest updates on all social media platforms. I have to scan competitor sites and news sites to check what's new. I have to make use of trending hashtags in order to reach a wider audience. Now, my challenges as a social media manager includes keeping up with the ever-changing world of social media. We all know social media changes constantly. It's changing because 85% of the time, what worked today won't work tomorrow. And I also have to keep up with the unwritten social media rules. Using Instagram, for example, Instagram shadow bans certain accounts when more than 100 actions are taken in a day. Now, it takes a lot of time to figure things like this out and a lot of consciousness to avoid making this kind of mistakes. Now, another challenge is adopting different growth approaches for different platforms and adapting to the changes on each platform.
Hello, my name is Uche Agina and I'm a social media manager with the COPYWRITING team. And here on this channel, we focus on bringing you in new clients and providing more value to individuals and to businesses. Now, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and tap on the notification icon so you can get notified when we drop more videos like this. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 tips on how to become better at social media management. So I'm going to start with polishing your engagement skills. And we all know that engagement has to do with responding to comments, commenting on other people's posts, responding to your DMs, posting giveaways, etc. I'm sure most of us have seen people come into the DMs to ask questions that are highly unlikely. Imagine a brand selling toothpaste and someone is in the DMs asking, how can I get an electric toothbrush? Now, this doesn't really tally, especially when the brand focuses only on selling toothpaste. Now, you have to learn the skill of responding to people without sounding offhand or sounding rude. Now, the way you redirect the person or the way you manage to get the person to buy the toothpaste instead of asking for a toothbrush is highly important. So, polishing your engagement skills is very important. And my second point is polishing your copywriting skills. Now, when we post content, videos or pictures, we have to put up captions that are eye-catching. No matter how long they are, no matter how short they are, we have to make sure people actually resonate with this caption. The caption makes sense. The caption is selling something. The caption is sending a message. Don't just put up a generic caption like everybody does, or buy this toothpaste to brighten your teeth. No, you have to put up a caption that makes them see why it's necessary to brighten their teeth and how easy it is to brighten their teeth and how affordable whitening their teeth actually is. Onto the third point, you have to understand how analytics work on different platforms. Now, the way the analytics work on Facebook is not the same when it comes to Instagram. For example, from experience, I noticed that posting before 8 a.m. in the morning when it comes to Facebook, you reach a smaller amount of people. Your reach won't be high. But when you post from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., you get to reach a whole lot of people. Now, understanding the difference between these analytics will help you know how to put up your posts and what kind of posts you should put on different platforms. Instagram is very much different from Facebook. Facebook is very much different from Twitter. Now, on Twitter, people really go for things that are controversial. When you're putting up things that are kind of controversial, when you're jumping into controversial situations on Twitter, you tend to be seen, you tend to sell. And you also have to understand the age range difference when it comes to these platforms. For example, on Facebook, we have the oldest generation on Facebook making use of Facebook currently. The younger generation left Facebook for the older generation. Now, the kind of content you put out there and the kind of captions you use for your content has to resonate with their age and with their understanding. Same goes to other platforms like Twitter. Like, we all know Twitter is a place for controversy. You have to put out something that everybody's fighting for you to actually be trending on Twitter. And Instagram has to do with pictures, lovely pictures, eye-catching videos, and dramatic content. So when creating content and putting out content, you have to pay attention to this. You have to pay attention to the age difference. You have to pay attention to the analytics. By what time does this work? By what time can I reach this number of people? By what time can this kind of content sell? You have to pay attention to all of this before you put out a content. The first point goes as learning how to adapt to the changes on different social media platforms. I mentioned something like this earlier in one of my videos previously. Instagram has a whole lot of unwritten rules. Nobody knows about it. It's not anywhere. You have to figure these things out by yourself. What worked yesterday for you on Instagram might not work today. Imagine taking 200 actions yesterday and today you're about to take 150 actions and you're shadow banned. This is how it works. Now, you have to be always conscious about things like this, especially when it comes to a platform like Instagram. The rules on Instagram change almost every day. Nobody knows what is going to come out tomorrow, but you just have to get ready for it. Shadow banning happens almost all the time when you take 100 actions for some accounts, and for older accounts, from experience, older accounts get shadow banned with 200 actions. So these changes are something you should always be prepared for. You should always look out for because they happen every time, and these platforms don't make announcements. They don't tell you this is what is going to happen when you do this. They just do it. So it's left for you to figure this out by yourself. You should know the hashtags that are trending on a particular platform. The hashtag that is trending on Twitter might not trend on Instagram. So adapting to these changes requires you making research and always being at alert. So on to my last point, which is you have to know the basics of graphic design. Knowing the basics of graphic design would help you when you are creating content and putting out content. You should know which colors merge, which colors blend perfectly with each other, which colors stand out in pictures. So when you are creating content, you should know the kind of colors that you want to be in the content, colors that will stand out, most especially when you are promoting a product or promoting something. You should actually work with the brand color. Now, you mustn't be an expert with graphic design. You might be making use of your social media platforms for business purposes or for just your private life. But then, knowing some basics of graphic design would be very much helpful. So we have apps like Canva, which can help you learn just the basics of graphic design. But then when you're good with Lightroom and Photoshop, then you're good to go. But then if you don't have the time to do all of this or to learn how to blend your colors to fit what your brand wants on your different social media platforms, on the feeds, then at this point you need to hire a graphic designer. So hopefully, I hope these 5 points met you in good shape and were very helpful to you. Now, if you still haven't liked this video, what are you waiting for? Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share this video with everyone because sharing is caring. Bye and see you next time.